Hey guys, welcome back to our study on the Sermon on the Mount. Last week we talked a little bit about Jesus coming to fulfill the law, and this week we want to take a dive into the law as Jesus kind of exposes what the true intent of it is. So this week we're in Matthew chapter 5, starting in verse 21, and we'll read through this section on murder. You've heard that it was said to the people long ago, "You shall not murder, and anyone who murders will be subject to judgment. But I tell you that anyone who is angry with a brother or sister will be subject to judgment. Again, anyone who says to a brother or sister, Raka, is answerable to the court. And anyone who says, you fool, will be in danger of the fire of hell. Therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled to them, then come and offer your gift. Settle matters quickly with your adversary who is taking you to court. Do it while you are still together on the way, or your adversary may hand you over to the judge, and the judge may hand you over to the officer, and you may be thrown into prison. Truly I tell you, you will not get out until you have paid the last penny." So here Jesus is saying the purpose of this commandment is not simply just to not murder someone. And what if we approached a lot of situations like that in our life where we just did the bare minimum? What if on your wedding day you're giving your vow to your spouse and you said, "I promise to not murder you for every day for the rest of our lives"? It doesn't have the same ring of endearment as "I promise to love you with everything that I have for the rest of my life." What if we approached our work that way? At the end of the day, you counted it a success because you didn't break anything or you didn't get fired. The goal of our jobs is not just to keep the job. Our jobs actually have purpose, and there's something that we're striving for. What if we approached our spouses this way on a regular basis, or our boyfriend or our girlfriend on a regular basis this way? And what if you guys told your girlfriend, said, "You don't look terrible today"? It doesn't quite have the same ring to it. And what if you ladies said, "You didn't do anything stupid today"? That says something completely different than, "Hey, I really love and respect you." So Jesus is pointing out here that the commandment to not murder is simply the bare minimum. What he truly desires for us is to love each other with a genuine love. When we're angry with our brother and sister, or when we hate them, or when we wish ill on them, or wish harm for them, we're essentially murdering them within our heart. Even though we don't do it physically, we're still having the same attitude toward them. And he's telling us that our attitudes toward each other ought to be that of Christ, of deep love and affection for each other. I think it's interesting here. He starts talking about offering sacrifice to the Lord. And he's saying, before you come to me with your sacrifices, you need to be reconciled with your brother and sister in Christ. Because it's there that we mend relationships, that we honor the Lord by loving each other and caring for one another as he loved us. And so it's really important that we grasp this concept that when there is discord, or when there's disagreement or anger between us, it's important to reconcile that and to resolve it and come to terms with it. It doesn't mean you're always going to agree with somebody on something. It doesn't mean that everything's always going to be sunshine and rainbows, but it does mean that our heart toward them is for unity in Christ. Then Jesus moves on to settling matters with your adversary before you get to court. And while this is great practical advice, especially in their culture, I think it has a lot more metaphorical implication than what we recognize. I think what he's telling us is that if we live our entire lives pursuing the Lord, but are angry and dislike most people around us, then we've missed the point altogether. We haven't truly loved the Lord well because we haven't loved each other well. The way that we love the Lord and the way that we receive his love will be replicated to those around us. And so if we are hating those around us, it's a direct reflection on our heart and how we are in relationship with the Lord. So what he's after is reconciliation. What he's after is genuine affection toward each other. What he's after is not just doing the bare minimum, but going the extra mile and caring for each other. This week, as we go throughout our week, I want us to think about different moments where we are irritated with each other, where we dislike someone, where we're angry at someone. And I want you to think about the fact that we need to resolve that inner conflict so that we can show our genuine care for them. If our goal is just to not be angry at someone, that's a problem. But when we turn that goal on its head and actively pursue somebody in love, I think we truly get at the heart of Jesus. Blessings this week as you go and you wrestle with this in the mundane, in the everyday situations, in the little things. I pray that you're able to genuinely care for those around you. Blessings.